So guys, by popular request today, I have here Queen Esther's Diaries from Germany. Today we're comparing a UK NHS payslip versus a Germany hospital payslip. Let's see who gets paid better. Stop that. Who do you think is gonna win?
A part of me feels like the UK is gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think that is me kind of giving up just in case if I win, so I kind of feel really happy. So
Let's see. So first of all, let's talk about your rank. The payslip that you are showing us today, what rank were you? Or what rank are you? I hope you are not comparing a most seniorness because this
eh,
one
eh,
because
no,
this one I have is not a most seniorness, is a regular band 5 with just a few years of experience.
okay.
So
In Germany, we don't really have a lot of ranking, so it's basically a pool of nurses, and then a few people out of that pool choose to do like a post basic training, and then yeah.
in the UK, the nursing levels or the ranks are in bands. Okay, so we have from band 1 to band 9. But if you're straight from school, diploma or degree, you start at band 5. Okay, and then you work your way to the top with
Okay.
promotions, and then you furthering your education, blah blah blah.
Okay.
And so this person that I am representing today, he works at the A&E in the UK, somewhere in London, and this person is band 5. Okay, obviously for A&E nurses, they
Yeah.
they see patients, they triage, they handle accidents and emergencies. What do you do?
Okay. So I currently work at the A&E. Even though I don't have a post basic training in A&E, I work at the A&E as a heart nurse, and just the same thing, meeting patients, treating patients in acute situations. Yeah, basically all of that. I'm doing a
Same.
lot of assistings for procedures that has to be done in emergency situations. So
Wow. So it's the same departments then. Let's talk about your hourly rates in Germany. Person's hourly rate is 14.9. What is your hourly rate for the rate?
funny enough, we don't have an hourly rate. We're not paid per hour.
Huh?
We are not paid per hour.
Hey, this is strange. How are you paid then?
We have like a fixed amount you're paid. You'll show your salary, and yeah, you're paid that amount. If you want to be paid per hour, then you have to get employed probably by an agency.
Wow. I thought all Western countries pay per hour. Is it a thing in Germany or all professions, all jobs, you don't get paid per hour?
I think some other jobs could pay per hour. If you want to calculate your per hour, your hourly rates, you're free to do all the breakdowns if you want. But if you're working, like I said, if you're working with an agency, agencies always pay per hour. So whether you're working in a nursing agency or you're in engineering, you're working under an agency, all agencies pay per hour. But if you're
And
working like
what
with a firm,
and what will be the average agency rate per hour for nurses in Germany?
ooh, so they could pay somewhere between 30 to 40 euros the hour.
Per hour. But for a permanent job, you're not paid per hour. That
No,
means your is going to be really, really short. Okay. Okay. That's fine. I like the dynamic. Like this is not, I'm sure that people did not expect this. So this is
no.
really interesting. Wow. So how many hours do you work in Germany per week?
You at work for about 40 hours a week, but then it's calculated as at 37.5 because your breaks are not paid. So
Okay.
yeah,
So
it's
you
like
go for like 12-hour shifts and then you have like 2 hours break unpaid or one
we
hour
go for
break
8 hour shifts and go and have a 30-minute break unpaid.
every
Yeah,
okay, every shift is 8 hours and then you
every
have
shift. Hmm.
so that means how many days a week do you work?
Let's just say 5 days, but we are nurses, so it could move here and there, but 5 days.
Okay, so in the NHS, it's usually 37.5 hours as well, and the breaks are not paid. So in
Yeah.
Germany as well, the breaks are not paid.
Mm-mm.
Okay. And because you are not paid per hour, are you able to work overtime? Let's say you're off duty and then your hospital needs you to come because you're short. Can they call you and will you still be paid the same amount at the end of the month?
Okay, when it comes to overtime, they're actually not supposed to call you. It's illegal for them to call you back to work when you've closed.
I'm learning a lot today. Hey.
They should
So
not call you back.
overtime is illegal in Germany.
It's not. It's not 100% illegal. It's not like it's an illegal problem. It's like it's illegal. But your employer should not call you back. You should choose if you want to stay back and help out. If you don't want to stay back, even if the earth is exploding, you go home.
So
And it's
if
not
I
going to
choose to stay, will I be paid extra?
Yeah, and that's what the dynamic is. So because you choose to stay, your employer can also say we are really not willing to pay that. And the truth is, okay, this is the truth. When you stay over time, it is actually more encouraged not to get it paid, because when you get it paid, you don't really get like you don't get extra money on that, and it gets taxed, and in the end, you really don't get so much out of it. So in many cases, you're usually advised to take a day off instead of getting it paid into monetary name. Only few people want to get it paid, and if you get it paid, many people regret it. You rather go home and stay home for the week for all your extra hours instead of getting it paid.
So it's like you're not motivated to pick overtime.
Yeah, there's no motivation to do that.
Wow. Okay. So with this pay slip that I'm comparing, the person did about 162.95 hours in that pay period, and then at a rate of 14.9, and the total was 2,431. And guys, if you watched my comparison video, UK versus Ireland, I explained how the UK overtime works. Okay, if you're doing a weekend, you get paid 30% of the hours that you worked, multiply by your basic rate extra on top of what you got paid for the normal basic. Let's say you did 162 hours in the entire month, you'll be paid for that, all 162 multiplied by your hourly rate. Okay, and then out of that 160 whatever hours that you did, they will take out the hours from that were night,
Mm-hmm.
and then pay you that extra 30% for those
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
And then if there was bank holidays as well or a Sunday as well, that is 60% of the hours. And then so this person did a couple of night shifts, Saturday enhancements, Sunday enhancements, and then even with inner London enhancement, because the person is in inner London and London is considered a high cost area. This
Okay.
person had a total gross of £3,618.13. But you know
Yeah.
the pound is heavier than the euro. So let's see.
By how much? You can't tell. How much? Okay.
So
Yeah.
what was your gross?
So there's basic salary. My basic salary is 3,550 euros. Basic. Now there's the we call them Zulager, which means like the additions on top. So you
Okay.
get I get for infection, I get for
Okay. How much do you get paid for infection?
46 euros. There's the addition, just because I'm a nurse, there's an addition for that, which is 200 euros on that. Then
Wow.
there is for working shifts, because you work shift, there's an addition on that. There is one for being sick. I think I was sick at some point. Yeah, because I'm noticing it right there. There is
Okay.
one for working night duties, and there's one for working on Sundays and
Okay.
weekends. So there's all of that. And by the time I added all of that together, the basic pay plus my basic additions are 3,795.
Okay.
And then when you add all of these shifts, additions, and every other thing, because these ones are variable, because it depends on if you did those shifts and if you work nights.
Okay.
So if you add all of that, that one is 424.
Wow.
So that's the brutal.
So your gross is 4,219 euro. Let's convert and see, because there's no way Germany is beating UK. 4,000. Don't be too happy. Have we taken tax?
It's something.
And our gross was 3,263. And this is 2023. This is A and E. This is 20. Yours is also 2023, and it's A and E.
Yes.
Good. Okay.
So let me say this real quick and then we'll get back to the video, okay? So with the current cost of living crisis, I think it's only right that as nurses or as any other profession that you are in, you get, another source of income to supplement what you're earning. I mean, they say that having only one source of income is like having no source of income, and I agree. For me, I love to talk, I love to explain, I love to teach, I love to motivate and encourage and give hope to people. So for me, I decided to do YouTube. Okay, but maybe for you, you have no interest in YouTube, but you have interest in, let's say, photography, let's say cooking, let's say painting, or maybe you want to launch your own website and start selling something, but you don't really know how to go about it, or you have a skill that you want to develop, or maybe you just want to learn a new skill altogether and offer your service to people. I'm here to recommend Skillshare for you if that is your case. So, Skillshare, if you're hearing for the first time, is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes. On Skillshare, you can actually learn a new skill and offer this new skill, the service to people and make money on websites like Fiverr or Upwork or whatever. Or if you want to learn like how to launch, a merchandise and sell on Etsy or other platforms, you want to create your own website and start selling, do business, be your own boss, earn your own money and all that, but you're clueless and you don't know how to go about it. There's a class on Skillshare for you as well. The last class I took was how to create an online course and become an engaging teacher. This class was by Jealous Ver. Yeah, and guys, to the glory of God, now I can say I have my own master class, I have my own course being sold. As you are watching me right now, somebody's probably buying it. So now it's sort of like another way I'm earning income passively, because even if I'm in bed, somebody might be buying it. And I learned this from Skillshare, guys. Whether you are a beginner at whatever skill that you want to learn, or whether you have some form of prior knowledge about it, intermediate, or even if you're a pro and you want to be a better pro at it, there's a class on Skillshare just for the right level that you are for you. On Skillshare, there are no adverts, so you get value straight away with no interruptions. And the amazing thing is, the first 1,000 people to use the link in the description will get 1 month free trial access of Skillshare. Can you imagine? 1 month free. The first 1,000 people to use the link in the description will get a 1 month free access of Skillshare. I think that's dope, right? That's really dope. Thank you so much, Skillshare, for sponsoring today's video, guys. And don't forget that if you want my course, the link will be in the description as well.
Now the deductions, the deductions, and this
Okay.
person deducted payee, that's the pay as you earn, and that's 437.60. NI £368.25, NHS pension £347.67, pension arrears £6.91. In total, the person's deductions were £1,160.43. How much from your €4,219 were you deducted?
We have the tax. The tax is €534.50, and then we have the Krankenversicherung, insurance, the health insurance. I'm sorry,
Guys, we started speaking Germany here. We need a translator. Okay.
So the health insurance is €319.58. So, and then there is retirement, and that's €366.93. Then there is the Arbeitslosversicherung. That means unemployment donations or benefits. Because in Germany, if you lose your job, you can apply to keep getting paid for the next few years until you get your job back.
So you pay towards that.
Yeah, so you pay kind of towards that in advance, and that is every month €551.29. And then there is the Pflegeversicherung, which is part of your what they call that? It's part of the pension, but this is for healthcare. Pflege means care, healthcare. So, and that one sums up to €73.98.
The total is €1,346.28. So let's subtract from your 4,219.
Oh, my chest. This is the hard part.
Drum roll, guys, for the dollar. So that's around. And this person's take home after the deductions was 2,457. So, guys, the difference between UK and Germany is less than £100. So, honestly, in my opinion, for you to go to a country, now that you're going to learn Lavish Chris, or all that she was saying, now that you're going to learn a new language, honestly, I think for £100 difference, I think you should stay in the UK. I think you should stay in the UK. But
I'm not 100% because, like, if you're already in Germany, I don't think moving over because of £100 could work. It's not making sense.
Yeah,
it's not making sense.
Okay, but what is the cost of living like? Which part of Germany are you, and what's the cost of living like? Because people were bashing me that I only talk about the salary, and I don't talk about the cost of living, and it's useless to know the
Yeah,
salary and don't know how much you can actually save after your expenses. So, what?
yeah.
How much is like rent in your area? Where are you as well?
I live in Heidelberg. It's like it was a kind of a tourist city, so it's one of those cities that are a little bit expensive, but not the most expensive places to stay at. And paying for a space here. So if you're living alone, living in a one, let's assume you're living in a studio apartment, you're going to be paying somewhere around 600 euros a month.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
That's
that's plus or minus 600 euros a month, depending on if you have to pay your water and light bills or you don't have to. For instance,
and
I don't have.
what about let's say a 2 bedroom?
If you move to a 2 bedroom, then it is somewhat cheaper because then you're paying somewhere around 700 or 800.
Because this pay slip is London, it's a London pay slip. In London, you're getting a 2 bedroom for like 1,200.
Ah,
So
yeah.
you see, so that means when it comes to cost of living, Germany is much better. But what about life there in general? What about the immigration rules for you were trained in Nigeria, right?
Yes, I was trained in Nigeria.
So
Hmm.
what are the immigration rules? Do you get once you move there, do you get passports? Like what happens in Germany?
We all wish we got passport immediately we came, but we didn't. But when you come, you get like a provisional visa that lasts for like 3 months or 6 months, depending on what you came to do. And then you get another one that lasts for about 2 years. This is a perfect situation. Sometimes there are other factors that come in. So you get another 2 years on that. And when that 2 years elapses, you can now get the PR, the permanent residence. And then after the permanent residence, you can now start applying for a passport.
So your permanent residency, it takes approximately 2.5 years to get.
In a very perfect situation, which is never so. Because in
Okay.
some cases, you were advised to get another
2 years.
residence permit before you can
Okay.
get the, yeah.
Okay. Okay. I see. And what the challenge, like the language, how did you learn?
Ooh. So, okay, I will say what is now. I don't want to talk about what was, because what was you come to Germany, you learn the language first, you stay away from all work, and then that would take like 8 months for you to finish, or even a year for you to finish. And then somewhere in between that, you start integrating yourself into the medical system. But now what is you can actually come into Germany and get a caregiver job.
Uh-huh.
And then under that caregiver job, you can start learning your language with
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. But I'm really happy. So you get around the same figure every single month.
Yeah.
What if with the high cost of living and all that, does it change?
Okay. So we striked too sometime last year, and
Okay.
then we were promised an increase in salary that should start next year. But before then, we were giving something to pacify. So they gave, first of all, they gave 1,500 euros sometime last year on top, not taxed. Then they gave 1,200 euros this year, not taxed. And they're still supposed to give 750 euros sometime this year, again, not taxed. I was going to ask, do you also have the 13th month salary?
Okay, so in the NHS they are paid monthly, so I think it's 12. But personally, I get the 13 month because it's every 28 days.
Okay. Okay, that's great. So yeah, we get about the 13-month salary too.
Okay, so for those who are confused, can you explain to them what the 13-month salary is?
Okay, in Germany we call it Weihnachtsgeld. It means Christmas money. So
Okay.
so it's paid sometime in November, preparing for December, and you're paid on your brutto account. You're paid this double amount of your basic salary.
Wow. So in November in
Yeah,
Germany, you are paid double amount just for Christmas.
yeah, you're paid double. But the truth being said, the double doesn't always come up as double after all the deductions happen.
But it's still some form of increments, which is nice.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, it's a very pacifying form of increment.
Wow. Wow. Guys, if you want to know more about migrating to Germany as a nurse or more about Germany migration in general, I
Mhm.
think you should check out Queen Esther's Diaries channel here on YouTube. You would love it. And thank you so much for, coming on the channel to expose yourself like that, to let the whole world see how much you are. Guys,
Secrets are out there.
yes, guys, after exposing ourselves this much, if you don't subscribe to our channels, just know that you're a criminal. So thank you so much.